Mother Kid here, coming to you guys again with my comic review. And quick and short, as always, give a shout out. Giving two shout outs this time around. One to PM Night 12, my friend Phil. How's everything going, Phil? And my friend Ed, Mr. Edward 2962. Their links in the description. You want to check out the channel, subscribe to those two guys. Very good guys, very fun. I got a lot of books to cover, so that's why I'm moving kind of quick. And so I hope you enjoy this. So let's get it going, shall we? So we're going to kick it off with DC first and foremost. And this will go to none other than, first up, Batwoman, number 9. Okay. Jace William III. Okay. She's still dealing with the DEO. She's still working with them. She's still dealing with the person known as Medusa. She's not involved in Night of the Owls. And that was okay. It's still good. The problem I have with the book is the fact that the artwork, James William III artwork, is not back in it, and I was liking his artwork. I'm hoping they put him back on the book soon. But other than that, it was good. Nonetheless, good. Alright, next up. A book that is part of the Night of the Owls. Birds of Prey, number 9. This was fun. This was really good. Straczynski does a very action-packed job on this. He made Poison Ivy phenomenal, especially at the end. Bottom line is, the Talon that the girls are facing is from their 19th century. That's where he was around. And they're having hard trouble, especially Katana and Black Canary. Excuse me, nose is itchy. But when Batgirl Babs gets back involved, she kind of explains them what the weakness of the Talons are. But this guy, he's really weird because he sees things really differently. The way he was looking at Canary and Katana and Starling and all of them, he was looking at them like, he looked at Starling like she was a witch. He looked at Canary like she was a aristocratic, silver spoon aristocrat. And Katana, he looked like she was almost an Oni demon. So it's kind of weird. But he still said the same thing about all of them. They're rats. They're vermin to be exterminated. But until Poison Ivy gets back involved, oh man, she went out. She did something that really was like, way to go, Pam. Like, wow. Okay, but it was good. Blue Beetle, number 9. Yeah, Jaime meets Kyle for the first time, and he's turning to Kyle for a reason, because he knows that Kyle is can probably help him with this situation a little bit. But the Scarab is telling him that Green Lanterns are enemies to the Reach. But it was still fun. We find out also in this book that the Guardians, those blue-faced bastards, have hired like bounty hunters to bring Kyle back. And we see one of them that looks so much like Vilgax from Ben 10. I'm not even kidding. Not even joking about that. But it was still fun. Tony Bedard does still a good job on it. Alright. Green Lantern Corps, number 9. Alpha Wars continue. John Stewart wanted for murder. Again. Yes, again. I don't know what DC is trying to do to John Stewart. Are y'all really that bitter because he got really popular? And so now it's like, F your shit now. Now we're gonna bury you. And we're gonna have you keep killing people until you're killing fellow Lanterns. Yes, we know John killed another Lantern. And he even goes on to say it, Mogo and others he killed, and now this one, now the last one, because we figured out that the last one he was gonna give up the core, he was gonna give up all the secrets to the keepers, and John, was like, look, I'm not gonna allow you to do that. Gotta do whatever it takes, and yeah, he killed them, but he's not hiding it. He didn't hide it. But still, it's just like, again, come on, like, why? Like, seriously, cut Mr. Stewart a break here, man. I mean, it's like, are y'all want him? Do y'all want him to be the killer Green Lantern? Like, oh yeah, he's the one. He's the of the Earthling Green Lanterns now. He's the one that, yeah, we can know he'll kill somebody, on the spot, just like that, to protect us. And that's kind of the way I'm looking at the Guardians in a way. But once again, those blue-faced bastards actually showcase that everything is going according to plan for them to basically terminate the core, and bring this other to their replacements for the core. Once again, those stupid. I just want to choke those Guardians till they turn. Well, okay, they're blue already, so what will happen if I choke one of them out? Oh, they'll turn purple. Yeah, stupid idiots. And what they did to Ganthet, fuck you, you Lantern, man. He was the only one that actually I liked. And look what they did there. Justice League number 9. You know what? Before I talk about this book, let me get something off my chest right now about Jeff Johns and DC period. What is the matter with you guys? Let me ask you something. Why are you canceling Justice League International? Is it just the sales, or is it because that book by far is probably better than Justice League? And we can't have that, right? We can't have the second tier Justice League book being better than the first, right? If it wasn't for characters in this book that I loved, I would drop this book off my pull list because of that. Okay? If there was one Justice League book that I thought would have got canceled, no hard feelings to all those people who are reading it. But I'm not just going to buy a book because of one character that I love, and that's Zatanna. I love Zatanna. She's in that book, but I don't know if I can just read that because of that. Okay? But Johns and DC, you canceling it after issue 12 when you really started to pick it up. And the way Mr. Jurgens was writing, superb. He does a good job with Booster. I'm telling you, do not forget those characters because the book is canceled. That is one thing I don't like. When they cancel books, they forget that character. But all because of that, Johns and DC, you get this because that is not right. Okay, you get that. Sorry. Yes, indeed. But anyway, this book. We got one of my favorite artists again back on there, Stanley. Jim Lee, sorry. No relation. And back on artwork. And we get to see the coming of what they've been talking about. The coming forth of a all new Justice League villain. And we also get to see some old, like the Key is in this book and things like that. And we get to see a lot of, some of the Justice League helping out Batman because some people escaped from Arkham. Superman helps out and Cyborg helps out. We got Hal and Flash, helping, and then they talk about their past and things like that. We see, and then they're talking about, well, he's not gonna help us when they capture this assailant. So they bring in Wonder Woman to play the bad cop. It's kind of funny. But other than that, it's mainly about this new villain that's coming. We don't really get to see what he looks like, but I think I know who it is. But the way he's gonna get to them is through their liaison, and we know who who the Justice liaison is in this, and that's Trevor Wilson. Trevor, you know who I mean. But we also see that he has a sister in this, so that was interesting too. The Shazam story by Jeff Johns and Gary Frank was still good. Billy goes to school, and his foster brothers and sisters there, Freddie Freeman and everything like that, are bullied by these rich socialite punks. Silver Spoon think they can do whatever they want because, their father sends grants and stuff to the school to keep the school open. And Billy's like, I don't give a fuck who you are. I don't like bullying. So he beats these kids up. He bam and bam hitting these guys, bam, and then he tells them to their father, like, yeah, I did it, and don't think I won't do it again. That was good. But we get to see some more of Dr. Savannah and him. I think what they said was him digging up the tomb of Black Adam. But yeah, that's okay. But like I said, with Johns and DC canceling JLI after 12 issues, you know what? Very upset. You're lucky I didn't let Hurricane Chris out. You're lucky. You are so lucky. Okay. Nightwing, number 9. Bottom line in this book, the Talon Nightwing is fighting is Nightwing's great-great-grandfather. And interesting story behind his great-great-grandfather. Interesting, very interesting. And interesting how he looks at Dick. How he looks at Dick. How he feels about Dick and everything like that. Very interesting. But all in all, it's like, whoa, like, oh man, that's some serious shit right there. Like, and Dick knows he cannot beat this guy head up, because he's just gonna heal from it. So how he's able to beat him, it has something to do with freezing. How he does it, only Dick could have thought of this. You see how brilliant Dick is in this. Very good. Don't want to spoil it though. Supergirl number 9. Michael Green, Michael Johnson. Supergirl and Black Banshee fight Black Banshee's father. Silver Banshee fights Banshee's father, Black Banshee. Now they've changed her origin a little. They've not really have changed it too much. They've kept it that it is a family curse. She's still Irish. Thank you. But her brother, Soraya, so I hope I'm saying her name right. Her brother sacrificed himself for her to keep her father from getting to her. But unfortunately, we realized that didn't happen because they still have her. And Supergirl is just trying to protect her friend. And it gets really intense. Very intense indeed. But still is good. It's still good. But yeah, I like Silver Banshee. As you can see her, Supergirl holding her. I turned it upside down so you can see her in a way. But yeah, it was good. Not bad. Wonder Woman number 9. Ryan Azarzela. Guys, I'm sorry. I am a big Wonder Woman fan, and I've been loving this run. This is different. I know everybody just wants her to be, the patriotic woman, but this is a different take on it. She's still standing up for what she believes in, and she's fighting for someone. And the only way she was able to fight for her is if she has to marry Hades. and it's kind of interesting. You see the noose and everything like that. Her lasso does play a lot, because Hades is going to use that to see if she's in love with him or she's just there to protect the woman that carries Zeus's baby. But it was still good. I like the design of Hades. It's really fun. It's kind of cool. Yeah. But Wonder Woman #9. So that's all of DC. Moving on to independent wise, and the first independent book comes from none other than Boom Studios and Valen The Outcast #6. Now, for all those who are new to my reviews and don't know what Valen The Outcast is, Valen The Outcast #6. Valen is basically, he was a noble king he was the ruler of Oakhaven. I think that's the name of his kingdom. He was a noble king, ruled with a just fist, not an iron fist. He's pretty much like King Arthur in a way. But while fighting the enemy known as the Necromancer was able to kill him. Took his soul. He came back as this undead husk outcast. Now he's gone to find the Necromancer to get his soul back. And he's had a lot of adventures with his friends Zajana, and I'm forgetting the other guy, but yeah. Meanwhile, in this book, we get to see Valen basically and the gang run into a tribe of female warriors who are kind of like the Amazons, but they call themselves Skulks. Yeah, SKULK, Skulks. And they have a take no prisoner attitude. The only thing they do, they call men pets, because what they do, simple. And they screw them, they get pregnant, they have kids, and they just use them. They just use them for, just to make reproduction. And it's kind of interesting, because if it doesn't go their way, they don't have a girl, they kill the boys. They don't just mercenarily let them somewhere. No, they kill the boys. And then if you're the guy who got that one pregnant and it turned out to be a boy, they castrate you. Just for ruining them, messing it up. And Valen and them get there, and we get to see that Zajana is actually from this tribe of Skulks, and why she left them, because she fell in love with Valen. And it gets really intense there. The queen ain't no Hippolyta. Let me just put it like this: she makes Hippolyta look like I'll say, makes Hippolyta look like a welfare case. Let's put it like that. Yeah, because she, oh my god. But it was still good. Valen The Outcast, #6. Moving on to Dynamite, we have Mark Guggenheim's Nowhere Man. #3, Mason. Still trying to find the Omni-Mind. The Omni-Mind is this machine that's able to monitor everybody and stop people from committing murders and everything like that. Kind of no freedom of will, no things like that. And Mason's job has always been to destroy it. And he kind of finds it. But there's a catch to it. The Omni-Mind is not all technology. There's organic involved in it. And if he wants to destroy it, he has to kill the organic that is a part of it, a female. But it was that was a good cliffhanger right there. But Mark Guggenheim does a decent job on this. One more to go, and it wraps up. Next up, The Shadow. Yes. Number 2, Garth Ennis, Aaron Campbell. Shadow's still on his way to Hong Kong to find the Tendo brothers. And he realizes, and the Tendo brothers, along with another one of their, what's his name? Buffalo Wong. Yeah, Buffalo Wong, another one of their associates, know that we have to put this end to this before he gets here. So they hire Nazis to help out. And so, well, the Shadow in his alter ego persona, Lamont Cranston, and his girlfriend are on their way flying over the Pacific to Hong Kong. The Nazis are actually aboard as other passengers, and they spring their trap. And that's where everything just goes out, just breaks loose. So there's a battle on board this plane, and the Shadow just does what he does best, man. One of the things I will say, he made this one of the Nazis who, just from what he just made him do, he made this Nazi go back to when his mother used to abuse him. And he just had the Nazi look at his ring and was just like, yeah, you know, he just started saying about, what are you gonna do? How did you survive your mom, you know, doing this to you and everything like that, just mesmerizing him. And then the guy just started freaking out like, oh mom, oh mother, don't hurt me, you know, and stuff like that. It was really funny. And since there was a gunfight breaking out, the pilots got shot. And what happened? Once again, Shadow just shows off what, just the coolest thing. He actually made this guy somehow will himself back to life. He was like, the passengers are gonna die, and if you don't now wake up and live, and he just smacked him and he woke up and he shot and everything, and he woke up and landed the plane. And so it was weird. It was good, but weird, but good stuff from the Shadow. Not a lot, you know. You figure Ennis would go crazy with the bloodshed, but no, he didn't. Not bad at all. Next up, Voltron number 5. This is the first time we get to see the Lions come together as Voltron. Officially, like, come together, you know, forming arms and body, you know, for that part geeked me out. And I'll form the head, you know, form blazing sword. Oh god, that bringing back childhood memories of me, guys. And that's what we get to see in this book. It was good. This is I think the final part to the 6th pilot, and I don't want to spoil who the 6th pilot is, but we get to see more of Zarkon and everything like that. But something bad happens to Lance in this, and I don't want to spoil that. But it is bad. But it was still good. Thank you, Mr. Thomas. Alright. So that's all independent, all DC down. What's next? What's left? Marvel, your universe. Whatever. Okay. Oh yeah, so it seems that to not be a boy, if any of you guys have gone out to see Battleship, which I'm betting nobody has, well, the Avengers just sunk that ship because they just sorry, Peter Burke, your shucky ducky ain't quite quacking because you still ain't beat the Avengers. Should have known it wasn't, but I don't even think it made box office records. Sorry, I put that in there because one of my friends wanted me to do it. Yo, CJ, I hope you're watching. Yeah, see, I put it in there. I plugged you, dude. There you go. Next up, we move on to the Avengers number 26. Bendis and Walter Simonson. Yeah, still artwork on here. Bottom line is, the Kree, super intelligent, you know, basically kind of the ruler of the Kree in a way, tells its Protector Nova that we need to contain. We need to contain the Phoenix. We need some of the Phoenix. It seems that when Thor was fighting the Phoenix, a lot of the essence of the Phoenix absorbed into the Uru metal that Mjolnir is made out of. And so that's what they use to draw on more of the essence. Because the first attempt that Beast came up with, that box, failed, but they made the box again with a little bit of the metal. And unfortunately, Protector kind of portrayed the Avengers for his own, you gotta admit, the one thing you gotta also understand is that he is Kree first. He's a Kree soldier first, then he's an Avenger. So I understood where he has no choice. He's Kree. I get that, but that's basically it. There was really no fight between Thor and Nova, but your move next, Nova. What happens next, Protector? Next up, round 4. Jonathan Hickman takes over, and the bottom line is Hope asks for Wolverine's help. Wolverine kind of gives her help. What was funny about that is that you see Wolverine, he has a polar bear on his back, keeping him warm. Because remember, he was in the Arctic, capping him, kicked him off the ship, but what we realized is that it seemed that was just all a ploy, especially at the end of the book. We're starting to see also that more and more of Wolverine's side of the X-Men are joining the fight now. Gambit, we've seen Gambit, Iceman, Angel, Rachel Gray, everything like that. They're joining now, and we see fights going all over Wakanda. We see fights in Wundagore. We see fights in Latveria. And how are they able to see that? Because Emma, the bitch, is basically, she uses the Cerebro in the Jean Grey school, and she's able to control Toad to use it, and it's like, dude, bitch, I fucking hate you, you stupid bitch. Like, I just want her to die. But anyway, besides that, we see what happened, and it ends up with a battle. Seemed to be a battle that is about to deter on the moon, the blue side of the moon. I think a side of the moon where basically the Skrulls made it able for everybody to breathe. Because when when they were on the, I'm like, what the hell? How's everybody breathing? And all of a sudden, boom! Thor falls out of the sky, and Thing goes down to pick him up, and he's like, Thor, what happened? And Thor points up, and he shows, and you see the Phoenix coming over the other side, the horizon of the moon. And yeah, so it's about to finish Act 1 soon. I think Part 5 is the first act is done. But other than that, it's okay, not bad. Hickman does a good job here, but like I said, I'm telling you right now, it's still going to be very hard after this is all said and done. It makes you wonder, like, what, can Wolverine's side come back to the school after this, or will the school be there? What is Wolverine gonna say? Y'all can't be it now. Get out of here. Go back to Scott now. Bobby and all of them left. Y'all want to go? And I would hate for that to happen, because I would hate for Wolverine to put that out there and be like, y'all chose that over. Y'all really think y'all thought this? Y'all can go with Scott now. Y'all wanted to come with me, but now y'all go right back to Scott. And I'm hoping that doesn't happen. But yeah, it was interesting. Daredevil number 13. Wade, I salute you, because you do not leave this book. Do not leave this book. Excellent issue. Bottom line is, finally, Matt gets rid of the Omnidisc that has the unstable molecules of the old Fantastic Four costume, with a little help from his friends. So now the other mega crime syndicates, AIM, Hydra, and all of them can stop chasing after him, because now basically with the help of his friends, his Avengers friends, they dressed up like Black Spectre agents, which Black Spectre was able to get taken down, but now everybody thinks that the Black Spectre has the disc, the Omega disc, Mega Drive, excuse me. So they are going after him, but it was really good. But the ending, Daredevil's in some trouble, and where did he go? Oh, I don't want to spoil that for you, sorry. Okay, this book I read about 3 times because I still cannot really understand it that well. Hickman is on this book again. You know, he's writing Fantastic Four number 605.1. It's a .1 book, but this is really good. It's just, from what I can, my gist of it is that this is kind of either an alternate world, and in this world, it's the Nazis won the war, and they've kept everything in check for all those years. I mean, you know, there's no such thing as New York now. It's called New Belgium. You know, everything like that. And it's like, okay. And Hitler or Picklepuss's whatever descendant is there. You know, I call him Picklepuss. And they do the same thing, and it's just, it's hard to explain, guys. I'm sorry. Maybe if my mentor Blue Goblin read this, he can explain it more. So if anything, go to him. But because to me, it was just felt like an alternate world, but crazy, like seriously crazy. Especially what happens with Reed in this. He gets like the Infinity Gauntlet and stuff. It's crazy, and what he does is just like, what? All right. Incredible Hulk 7.1. Aaron's finishes off what happens between Bruce and the Hulk. Is Bruce Banner really dead? Is he dead? Or, you know, and somebody wants to get down to the bottom of that. It's Betty Ross, who is the She-Hulk. So she comes after the Hulk, and they have a fight, and she wants to know the truth. What happened to him? Artwork here, not so much. Didn't really like it. But other than that, y'all gotta give Hulk back his hair. I can't stand Hulk without his hair. I need him with his hair. He bald. He just does not look good bald to me. But it was fun nonetheless. Aaron's. I don't want to spoil this book because it really. I knew some things might happen, but you just gotta read it, guys, because I don't want to spoil. I can't spoil that one. No, sorry. Invincible Iron Man number 517, Fraction La Roca, Long Way Down, Part 2. Bottom line is, this is a game of chess for Tony, and he's trying to get Justine Hammer and the Mandarin, everybody like that, off his back. So, what does he do? He basically tells him, like, look, I'm not Iron Man anymore. I'm not Iron Man. I'm not going to be it no more. So he hires Reed to come in and kind of take, you know, the repulsor unit out of him but unfortunately, you know, we all know it's not true, but we do get to see who the mole at the Tony Silence, you know, Tony's company was. Spy Master, should have known it was him. We also see who is that black Iron Man that we saw, that's coming up soon, and we also know who that is. Once again, it's a game of chess that Tony's playing with the Mandarin. He's making everybody think, you know, because everybody thinks Rhodey's dead. And yeah, so like I said, I spoiled it for you guys. We all know that's Rhodey in that suit. But yeah, it was good. This is still the best book Fraction writes. Alright, so for anybody who wants to know, did I read Uncanny X-Men, the latest one that came out? Bottom line is, yes, I did. I did, but I fucking... You know who is on that artwork. And I don't even have to say it. Yeah, you know who. And bottom line is, it was a battle between the Hulk and... battle with... Basically, the book was all about the fight with Namor and Thing. And without spoiling too much, Namor took it to, no, Thing took it to Namor. You know, and even before that, Luke Cage took it to Namor. And it's interesting, but you know, Gillian and Lan, I can't stand Lan's artwork. That orgasmic. He made Hexabaz, you know, the Catwoman from the Starjammers. She looks so freaking. Oh my god, I can't stand it. Like she was, you know, all that, you know, the usual stuff, the orgasmic laughing from Lan. We all know he's a tracer, and you know he dabbles in, you know, porn stuff. You know, he likes that shit. So whatever. All right, so moving on. Venom number 618. Rick Remender, Rick Remender is leaving Venom. Man, like, come on. I'm a little upset about that too, because this was his book and he really turned Venom around. Bottom line about this is Flash knows he has to get to Betty because he knows that the Savage Six is coming after them. You see Betty talking to Peter Parker, yes, and about Flash and everything like that. And that's when everything starts. After Peter leaves, that's when they, Jack-o'-lantern springs his trap. Yeah, it gets really intense here. The battles, it was like crazy battling in this. Just serious battle. It was good stuff. But, and then we get to see Eddie Brock as Toxin in this. Yes, he had the Toxin uniform on and, you know, a symbiote on, and he was calling Venom, you know, he was calling Eddie Flash great-grandfather. He's like, yeah, great-grandfather. And, you know, he was like, that voice, I know that voice. And he was like, Brock. And he's like, he was able to subdue Brock. He was going to kill him too, but he was like, no, he's just a victim. I can't do it. The bottom line is the ending is really what gets me. Excuse me. The ending is really what gets me because it leaves us now with, what are you going to do next, Eddie? Should you have done that? You know, and I don't want to, you know what? We all should know what happened. No more secrets. No more hiding. Flash shows Betty his face and it makes you wonder now, you know, is that going to cost Flash? Is that going to cost him? But it's still good. It's still good. We're going to be sad to see Remender leave that book. And next up, Winter Soldier number 5, Ed Brubaker. Oh boy, Ed Brubaker. Good stuff here. You can see why I always say Ed Brubaker is one of my favorite writers. When it comes to the Cap universe and all that, he is good. Espionage, this still just feels like a gritty espionage book. As we all know, Bucky has been trying to track down the other sleeper soldiers that he trained when he was as the Winter Soldier working for the Russians. Dr. Doom helps him because one of his old associates, Von Barris, who is the robot woman, she wants revenge on Doom. She's working with, as you can see here, you see the gorilla with the mini Gatling gun, so that can only mean one thing: the Red Ghost is involved in this. But this was just really good. My favorite part in this book was the banter back and forth between Nick Fury and Dr. Doom. That was hilarious. That was so funny. It was really funny. I loved it. I love the part where Doom was like, you know what? Your meaningless threats mean nothing to me, Colonel Fury. or should I say ex-Colonel Fury. Doom has loathed even keeping up with your ranks and your demotions by now. I was like, oh shit, that was funny. And it just kept going back and forth till Black Widow had to break them up. And that was fun. But the main question now is, what we're able to see 2 of the sleeper agents. What happened to the 3rd one? And that's basically where this next story will kick it off. But it was good. Brubaker just really writes a really gritty espionage book here. Just really good. You know what? Just take all those, like I say, the Bourne series and Mission Impossible and all those things, mash it up, kind of superhero style. That's kind of how you get it. That's what you get with the soldier. Alright. X Factor number 336. Peter David. Yes. So we figure out who the individual is that's been killing those vigilantes in Seattle. His name is Scattershot. And there's a good battle between him and Shatterstar. And we realize what he's doing on Earth and who he works for. We all should know who he works for. Mojo. Yeah, Mojo. He's working for Mojo, and he's got to have the ratings for his, So that's basically why he's there. But the battle between Shatterstar and Scattershot was excellent. Very action-packed. It was well done. Very good. Peter David's no slouch at X-Men. My mentor will probably say this, and he's been saying it for years since he's been reading it. Probably he says this, and I quote, "Best X-Men related book ever." And Mr. David, no slouch at all. Very good. So guys, that is it for this week. Like I said, had a lot to give you guys, but as always, that's what I'm here for, If you're not reading it, and I am, I kind of give you an overview of what's going on. But other than that, this is Mount Vernon Kid. As always, I hope you guys enjoyed it, and stay tuned next week, God willing, where I will be able to deliver another review to you guys. But other than that, this is Mount Vernon Kid saying peace and love. Stay tuned, keep it real as always. Y'all take care. Peace.